Hello again, everyone, and welcome to another JaYo review. And I'm here with the lovely Jerry. Hi, Jerry.
Hi, hi.
And we're going to talk about Challengers today, featuring Zendaya. You know, it's funny. I never know if it's Zendaya or Zendaya.
I think it's Zendaya. I always say Zendaya,
Is it
but
Zendaya?
I think so. People say it both ways, but I think it's Zendaya.
Yeah. Yeah,
I don't
I,
know.
I don't even know how she says it.
Yeah, I guess we should find that out.
We should. And with her co-stars, Mike, I don't even know, Feist, I'm thinking, and Josh O'Connor. O'Connor, that's easy.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna start with giving it a rating between 0 and 10. I'll let you go first, Jerry. What would you give it between 0 and
I'm
10?
gonna give it a solid 8.
Ooh, that's very good. Okay,
Okay,
good.
is that good? I don't know. That's yeah.
Out
I
of
mean, it's
10?
good. Yeah.
Good. It's good. I was going to give it a 7.5 out of 10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Excellent. So, what did you like about it?
I like the story. I like the relationships. I loved Zendaya's performance, and I'll be honest. I'm not I'm not a huge Zendaya fan. Not like I dislike her, but I know people kind of go nuts for Zendaya, and I have never been like wowed by her. There's some like things here and there I've been like wowed, but I thought this was the strongest performance of hers that I've seen, like overall of anything. I thought she was really strong in this, so I really like that. Yeah, and I liked the way the story played out. I liked the way they sort of maintained, you like wanting to see what happens next, and
Mhm.
sort of built to a climax. Yeah, I liked a lot of those elements.
Gotcha.
What
That's
about you?
funny. For me, it's funny because I feel very differently in terms of like, I don't know, maybe it was her character, but for me, Zendaya was fine. She was good. She gave some strong, performances here and there throughout the movie, but like I was not wowed by her. I very much liked Mike Feist and Josh O'Connor. I think they did a really great job personally. Um I was especially Josh O'Connor, like it was all the subtle things, the face, you know. He did a lot of great choices that I was like, you're interesting to me. I want to know more. Same for Mike Feist. I think he did a really great job too. And it reminded me a lot of Closer. Did you ever watch that movie?
Hmm. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it gave me very similar vibes.
I could see that. Yeah, I think
Just in
I mean
terms,
Closer was felt a little more dark. I think in the
for
tone,
sure.
this has definitely had a lighter overall tone to it. Yeah,
Hmm. No, just in terms of like the relationship dynamics and the complexity of the relationships.
right, right.
Just reminded me of that throughout.
Yeah, I really liked the probably my favorite overall scene. I think was the the thruple scene. With the three of
Okay.
them in the hotel room. Like
Yeah,
wondering where that's gonna go, and yeah, that was a really fun scene.
totally agree. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was a really fun scene. Agreed. And I feel it's funny. Like I think she was her freest and her most fun when depicted as the younger version of herself. You know? Like the
Mhm.
older version of herself is where I was kind of like, "Hmm, I want more. I want more colors. We always talk about colors. I was like,
Right.
I wanted more colors from older or whatever her name is. Atashi. Because she is complex, and I think because she is complex, it felt sometimes like it was veering towards one note land, which I don't know. I don't know.
Well, again, I'm comparing. Yeah, I mean, maybe I'm just comparing it to other performances of hers because I think she lives in One Note Land a lot.
No.
so, so that's why I thought, yeah, I mean, compared to what I've seen her do a lot in the past, I thought that she was overall like much more colorful and strong than I've seen her. Yeah, I wasn't. Yeah, don't misunderstand. I wasn't wowed by her performance. I just thought it
Yeah.
was her strongest performance that I've seen
I
overall.
got you. I got you. Yeah, I mean, it's funny. I feel like in recent years, other than Spider-Man, she's been like leaning towards more serious, more darker roles, wanting to stretch that muscle, which I appreciate and love for her. Um,
Yep.
I also wondered like if it was maybe the fault of the direction that made her feel like she was stuck in this box of a character. I don't know. I don't know. Because I think she's a better actress than you do. But and then again, I haven't seen her in Euphoria. I haven't seen her in a lot of things that you've probably seen her in.
Oh, okay. So, well, I'm curious what you've seen her in that you're basing your opinion on it.
Oh, I guess just like her Disney stuff and like Spider-Man and a few movies here and there. Like I don't think she's like a she's not at the height of like Meryl Streep or Kate Winslet or Viola Davis or any of these other actors. But
No, but I mean, but she won an Emmy for Euphoria, which a little pissed.
I hear you. I hear you. And if
I
you,
actually think she won for season one. I think she was better in season two
Mm.
than she was in season one. But anyway,
Yeah, my brother, when we talked about it, he was like, it's because she's playing exactly the way like those teenagers act, so it's perfect. I was like, okay.
plus they love to give awards for drug addicts and
Hmm.
yeah, it's always the kind of crazed kind of characters that they love to give awards for. So I think that had to do with it too.
That's true. Facts.
Yeah, she had. I mean, she did. There's one episode in season two of Euphoria. I don't
Uh-huh.
remember. It was near the end of the season. Maybe I want to say episode 9. I don't remember how many episodes there are. But there's where she has a complete breakdown, and that was like that was like I mean that one just one episode that performance was so good. I mean that by far this is the best thing I've ever seen her do.
Okay.
Um, you talked about freedom. I mean she was just like not holding back at all. So you
I
know
love that.
that's definitely got it in.
That's great. Maybe one day I'll see it. Probably not. Euphoria is feels a little too intense for my for what I want to watch these days, like in terms of TV shows. Um, though I want to watch Game of Thrones, so maybe not that intense. I don't know. Who knows? Um, oh, one thing that I heard some people grumble about, including my sister, I went to see Challengers with my sister, was the whole like going back and forth with the flashbacks and stuff. My sister
That's
was very annoyed by the flashbacks. How did you feel about them?
yeah, I wasn't sure about that at first.
Mhm.
I think it did sort of annoy me, and then getting into it, I kind of was like into the rhythm of it. It didn't bother me as much, and I thought it had a nice payoff for the final, and for building up to the last scene. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, it was good. I mean, look, I mean, they telegraphed that last moment, like it
They did.
was so where it's like, when is he gonna do that? He's gonna do it. When is he gonna do
Right,
it?
right? They totally did. Yeah, I was like, okay. Okay, guys.
Okay, here we go.
Right, right. Don't make this predictable, please.
Yeah. No, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't mind so much that it was predictable. It just seemed like they were dragging it out so long. It's like, it's coming, it's coming. Just give it to us already.
Right. No, most definitely.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I want to get into a little bit more of the like content and like diving into the characters and like what are their motivations. So, spoiler alert, maybe, possibly, if you don't want to know like details about this movie, stop here. But if you do, keep watching. Um, one thing, like, why do you think Mike Feist hates, like, Josh O'Connor hates his best friend?
Why do you?
You're like, oh, I'm not sure, I'm sure. I mean, for me, that was clear and not clear at the same time. Like, it felt like, oh, he hates him because he's in love with Tashi, for one, and he wants her more than his best friend. But also, I wasn't sure if it's also because, like, he does have feelings that he's repressing for him. Like, I don't know. I don't know. It wasn't super clear or unclear.
Oh, yeah. There was that sort of definite hint. That I thought that was interesting.
Hmm.
I wasn't sure if it was just thrown in as like, oh, let's throw something else in the mix to
Yeah.
just be kind of cool. But there was that sort of, gay overtone kind of thing going in there. And
And
yeah, I
definitely
was
the insecurity. I mean, I can see him like feeling insecure that Tashi likes Josh's character. What were their names? My gosh, I can look it up. Patrick, like Patrick more than him, Art. Like I get that too. Um, yeah, I was just like, it was a strong hate like during that one scene, and I was just like, what motivates that? Is it just your fear?
yeah, I mean it could have to do with this, fear of having these like gay feelings about your best friend too. I
Oh,
mean, you know like, or self-hate, or I don't know. It was an odd thing. It was like I said, it was interesting. I don't know that it was necessary, or if it confused things, or I don't quite know how I feel about it. But it was interesting. I'll just say that.
yeah. No, for sure. I also, wasn't, and maybe that's the point, right? Is to make it like unclear so that we can come to up with our own conclusions. Like Tashi. Tashi confused me with like, I mean, I get it and I don't get it. She has this family, right, with Art and like has these goals for him and at the same time like is still messing around with Patrick and I'm almost like, why not just have an open relationship? Or like,
Oh, yeah. I mean, the sense I got was that she's more sexually attracted to Patrick
uh-huh.
and more in love with Art. So
Mm,
yeah, I felt like that was the conflict there. It was like with Patrick, it was just purely a sexual attraction.
right, the lust. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. What does Patrick want?
Well, I think he was definitely more into her than she was into him.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It also, the question that they never answered in the movie was, Patrick was supposedly this like trust fund baby, like comes from really rich family, and he couldn't pay for his hotel. Like he was having um, payment issues, and it just begged the question of why and how did this happen? And they never really got into that.
Right. Yeah.
So I kind of felt like, you could have. Like, and you brought it up. Like, you made Tashi bring it up during one of their conversations, and then you didn't explore it at all. It's like, okay, cool.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I saw the movie long enough ago that I don't remember now if there was any any hint of that. I can't remember.
Nothing. They just talked about it. Like she was just basically saying how like, yeah, go back to your your rich family and like, become a rich bum or blah blah blah. And but now you're like acting like you're poor. And I was just like, but why? Why
Yeah,
though?
I can't remember if he had like if there was anything about a falling out with his family. I don't remember
They
now.
didn't talk about it at all. No. If there was, it would have been nice to know. Yeah. But yeah, overall, interesting movie. I like the relationships. Would I watch it again? Probably. Probably would watch it one more time. How about
Oh,
you?
I never watch movies a second time. It
Really?
almost never. There's maybe
Never?
never. No.
Wow. No, if I like a movie, like I watched Seven recently, um, and I hadn't watched it in I don't know how many years. I forgot so many things. I was like, this is great.
Yeah, it's just for me. There's so much content to watch.
Mm,
Like I'm gonna always pick a new thing that I haven't seen over something I've seen before. So,
that makes sense.
I mean, the only times I mean, yeah, it's really like back in the old days when it was just regular TV,
Hmm.
or even cable, you'd be flipping around channels just looking for something to watch before streaming. And if I stumbled on a movie that I really liked and I hadn't seen in a long time, then I might stick, I might stick with it and watch it again. So that would happen. I recently watched The Graduate again because it's my favorite movie of all time, and I was just thinking
Ah,
about it. It's like,
okay.
so long, but almost never. Yeah, I'm always gonna pick something new to watch.
I hear that. Okay, we're gonna end this review with one of my favorite questions. If you could play anyone in this movie, who would you play?
Um,
And why?
that's a good question. I'd probably play the Patrick character
Yeah.
because yeah, just because he's sort of the underdog, and he's got
Is he?
he's got the most, huh?
Is he? I would lean towards Art being the underdog personally.
Yeah, I guess.
Because
Well, but
Patrick
I
beat
mean,
him, right? Like in tennis. And he was the one who first got in with Tashi.
right, but he's the one trying to make the comeback, and you know, um, yeah, I don't know. I feel like he has a more interesting journey.
Mm. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I mean, either of them. I don't. Uh, yeah, I mean, the Tashi character wouldn't be so as interesting to me, but either of the two guys,
Okay.
probably Patrick. Yeah.
I think Patrick is way more fun to play personally. Like I would I would have a lot more fun playing Patrick than
Mhm.
playing Art personally.
Yeah.
Um that being said, I would love to play Tashi. And just add a few more dimensions maybe. Just a few more. Few more layers. All right. I mean, they already were there, I think. It's just with a little bit more direction and like changing up some things, adding a little bit more flavor and color. I think it would have been just right.
Sounds like
Excellent.
fun. Yep.
So, in conclusion, watch the movie, y'all. It's one you should watch. And it got good ratings on Rotten Tomatoes. I was pleasantly surprised. Thank you so much, Jerry, for doing this review with
You're
me.
Jackie. Thanks for asking.
You're welcome.